Can you see?
Yes, yes, you're good.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Great. Okay, so yes, thank you for the opportunity to do a mini presentation here, Diane. So my topic is working with the law of attraction. Um, and there are a few missing pieces that are often forgotten. So I'm going to give you all the pieces, but I'm going to maybe try to at least acknowledge and focus on some of the missing ones. So the first one that often people don't do is you got to find the pain and really actually feel the pain because we have um, longing and discontent in our lives. And those are actually signals. Those are actually growth signals for something we want to change. We want something else.
Oh,
So, so you
oh
really
yeah, don't remind me of that.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so you really want to feel that pain, not for very long. You just want to feel that pain. Don't just get numb to the pain. Feel that pain, but then you want to transmute that energy of the pain into into your strong desire for what you want. So, for example, if you're driving a really old, 20-year-old car and you really saying to yourself, I really don't want to tolerate this anymore. I want to get a new vehicle. You that's how you transmute that energy into your desire. So, and the next step is to clearly define what you want. Now, it's best to be specific, especially when it comes to money. If you say, I just want a lot of money, that's very vague. If you would want to say a specific amount. I want to manifest or whatever the amount is. Or I want if somebody says, I want to earn, let's say, $300,000 a year. And then they're looking at their current circumstances and they're only earning like 50,000 a year. Then that would be quite a stretch. And it would be hard for them to really believe they could earn $300,000 a year. So if you don't have the belief that it can happen, what you want to do that could be your big dream, but you can definitely have your big dream. I want to earn 300,000 a year. However, you want to have a shorter term goal, like a chief definite aim that Napoleon Hill talks about. And so you want to find that sweet spot. So if you're only earning $50,000 a year, then your sweet spot might be 60,000 a year in the next 6 months to a year that you're earning that or whatever. But you've got to actually believe that it could happen. And not only that, you have to really feel good about that figure. So you got to find that sweet spot. That is important. So yeah, and ask yourself, what would you love? So really, you want to really feel good about that. And the next step that is often missed is writing it down, and especially using blue ink, because as you may know, there's a vibration to all the colors. Red sort of puts you on alert. Blue is actually the vibration that uh, brings cohesion to your right and left brain hemispheres. It sort of really puts that into cohesion. And then actually the act of writing actually helps uh, move your thought into the physical plane of existence. It's using neural pathways. If you type it on the computer, you're only using limited neural pathways. If you write it, especially in cursive writing, you will use more neural pathways, and it really helps with the manifestation. And the the fourth step is to see yourself in possession of it. you already want to be visualizing. You want to have a very strong visualization of yourself living in this experience. So if it's, for example, if it's having a new vehicle, you want to really just visualize yourself driving this new vehicle. What does it feel like? Maybe the smells of the new vehicle smell, um, you know, what you got the sound system maybe going, you got the windows maybe open or the AC on. Just how do you feel? And what does it look like? You really sort of step into this picture, or yeah, have a picture you can just imaginally step into, and but really have the feeling. And you want to also have a burning desire and obsession to have this. Just like Napoleon Hill says, it's important to have a burning desire. You can't just have a lukewarm sort of, well, it would be nice. That's not that's not going to do much. And just know that your actually your brain is a very powerful receiving and transmitting station. We really don't realize that as much as we could, but if we send out signals with strong intent, that is when we're going to be receiving things more powerfully. So that is very important. And as far as seeing yourself in possession of it and visualizing it, it's been proven that you should at least think about it for at least 68 seconds. I'm not sure how they came up with that, but 68 seconds or more seems to be the tipping point. So you don't want to just think of it for a few seconds and then maybe later in the day, a few seconds. You want to really think of it for about 68 seconds or more. And as Earl Nightingale said in his book, and I think the audio, the strangest secret is you become and you get what you think, or you get what you think about most of the time. So most of the day, you want to be thinking about what you want. You don't want to be thinking of what the lack of what you don't have. You want to be thinking about what you want. And I would say even develop a relationship with having what you want. For example, if you do want a new vehicle, go to the showroom, sit in the vehicle you'd love, even if you don't believe you can afford it for a while. Just sit in there, get a feel for it, have this relationship with it. And um, and if you watch something like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, or look at some of these images of people with these things that you might want, even if you don't want a luxury, whatever it is, yacht or boat or whatever, just I know that other people have obtained this. So then you get to realize it is possible to obtain what you want. So the next step is to feel as if you have it now. Now, as you may know, emotion, you're feeling your emotion, that really energizes the manifestation. And you want to feel how grateful you are, and your joy, anticipation, and just feel the fulfillment now. So, for example, I think if you know that, for example, Christmas is coming, or your birthday or whatever is coming, and if say Christmas is coming in a few days, you don't, and you know there's going to be presents under the tree with your name on it. It's not, it's a knowing. You don't have to think, well, maybe this is not going to happen, or or maybe I'll sleep through Christmas Day and nothing will happen. You want to have this feeling that it's happened and feel as if you have it now. Feel that joy, anticipation, that just feel how good it feels, because when you get something you want, it's the feeling really that you're looking for. You may look for the joy, the peace of mind of having it, like financially free or whatever it is, but it's the feeling. And that puts you in harmony with your vision as well and what you want. But feeling as if you have it now is so important. And if you find you're not feeling if you're not feeling good about what you're wanting to manifest, then either it's then your belief would not be strong enough. You likely don't believe you're going to obtain it. So maybe you'd have to adjust what it is in your, adjust your sweet spot. Maybe it's not in your sweet spot. It might be just something you just cannot believe that you're going to get. And because you don't want to think about the how or when it's going to happen, you don't want to be asking yourself, how is this ever going to happen? When is it going to happen? You don't, once you start in thinking that way, you're just going to be blocking the whole process. So the sixth one, and I think this is sometimes missed as well, this step is the surrender and release attachment. Now, you just don't want to trust the process, and it's not giving up on your dream. Once you've done all you've written it down, you've seen yourself in possession of it, you've got this feeling, you're feeling good now as if you have it. So you just want to release attachment to it. And it may almost seem like, well, it's not, you're not giving up on your dream, but it's like you're trusting that it's going to happen. And you're feeling so good now that you're actually saying, even if it doesn't happen, I'm feeling great now. But you're putting that vibration out. You are transmitting that vibration. And that makes a huge difference. And then you just feel good now. You feel thankful, grateful for just how you feel and for everything in your life. That's when you really feel so thankful and grateful. And those are the 6 steps, really. And I guess the analogy for the release attachment and surrender is if you've planted some seeds in the ground, you've watered, nurtured them, you've made sure there's enough light. You don't, within a few days start digging it up to see if anything's happening. You would just trust, that it's going to grow. You're trusting the process. It's going to grow and it's going to happen. In its time. You just are trusting the process. So the life that you want is just waiting for you to align with it. And it's your thoughts that are so important. And as Diana has mentioned as well, our thinking is so important that we want to be thinking about what we want most of the time. You want to really notice when you are not when you're thinking about the lack or what you don't have. You want to really pay attention to that. And as a gift, I would just invite people, whoever it feels called to do this, to book a breakthrough session with me and to learn more about manifesting a life you would love. And then, because I work with my basic program is the Dream Builder program, and that helps you really align your beliefs, patterns, and actions. And it helps you learn how to live by design rather than by default. So if you're called to to do that, I would be happy to have a free clarity call with you just to explore where you're at now and where you would love to be. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, and happy 4th of July, Freedom Day.
But thank you so much for that share, Marianne. Did everyone capture the the QR code? If you're gonna capture it, and this is great. So, Marianne, so you said so much. So I know we have a few minutes left, so I wanted to leave room for some questions. So if you could stop share, so
Oh,
you could.
sure.
I wanna get your questions in.
Sure, I'll stop the share.
Can we get 1 to 6 again? Okay, so Mary is asking, can you just give the points for 1 to 6?
Oh, the points from you mean just to read them out?
Just that, yeah, it's the points. You say find the pain, clearly
Right.
define what you want,
Define
write it
which,
down. Mm-hmm.
yes, write it down in blue ink. See yourself in possession of it. Feel as if you have it now. Surrender, release attachment. And that's the last one. That's the 6th one.
So my question, so I know I heard somebody said, this is the first time I'm hearing the 68 seconds. Someone just meant,
Yes.
I heard recently what, do it and visualize what you really want, truly visualize and
Mhm.
embracing it for 60 seconds in the morning before when you first wake up and before you go to bed. So now the 68 seconds, can you elaborate a little bit more on that?
I don't know. I'm not sure where exactly that comes from. I know I got it from one of my mentors who is really he really works with people who they really see results. Like if this is something that's been handed down over a
Mhm.
long, long time. And yeah, I'm not sure how the science works with the 68 seconds, but I mean, for as long as you can.
Yes.
I mean, most people would only do it for like 5 or 10 seconds, if that. Like I
Yeah.
I think we have a hard time focusing, to be honest.
Yeah.
I myself don't focus long enough on something.
Yeah.
So
And yeah.
but yes, I believe, yeah, several times a day, or for sure in the morning and at night, just before you go to bed would be ideal. And in the morning when you wake up, that would be ideal. Yes.
Yes, and I like what you said. The life we want is waiting for us. So it's already there. We just
Hmm.
have to bring it in, call it in, go for it. So
Hmm.
any questions for Marianne before we close? I'm gonna have this edited and I'm gonna post it on our YouTube channel. And if anybody wants it by request, I will definitely send it out. Okay. Any questions for Marianne? So, Marion, you talk about making it believable. So, really, just if I understand you correctly, is saying, yes, we have the big goal, the
Hmm.
big dream, okay, but we have to scale. Let's say scale it back, but break it up into smaller dreams that is more believable, which is key. Really making it more believable.
Yes, because then once you achieve one, then you've got more confidence and more belief. Your believing power gets stronger, and then you're getting closer to your dream. Sort of. It's like going through steps. But yeah, you don't abandon. You can still have your big dream, have your vision board. That is exact, definitely have that. But then people would have too much of a gap, and they'd say they would just not have the believing power to think that they could achieve the big dream. But at the same time, though, you want to be in the vibration of having it. So it's just, yeah, it's that's why when I think Napoleon Hill says have a chief definite aim, something you
Yes.
can really focus on for a shorter term.
And I liked it. So back in the day, you talked about going to the car showroom, right? So it's so
Mm-hmm.
important about dream building,
Mm-hmm.
So we call it dream building. So you will, whatever car you want, you will go to the showroom, you test drive the car, smell the car. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
doing your visualization, you could imagine, you could feel it,
Mm-hmm.
you could see it, you can smell it. So
Yes.
it's, going to those houses, we would, and I know there's so many Airbnbs out here today, and some of them are incredible. And that's what you want. You could say, I'm going to rent an Airbnb and really experience it and call it in.
Mm-hmm.
And because we would rent the mansions out there in the Outer Banks, and to say, and like you said, people do live like this. But
Mm-hmm.
the great thing is abundance is available for all of us. I'm not taking anything from anybody. It's
That's
available for all.
mm-hmm.
So I really truly embrace this and I love it. And it so truly aligns with what we're doing in the secret to manifesting your intentions. And again, great movements begin with the decision long before it becomes visible.
Mm-hmm.
So, any questions before we close? Because I want to remind next week, I want to invite you back. It's going to be the same link. We're going to have Johnny Kemp. So Marianne talked about the law of attract, working with the law of attraction. Johnny Kemp, for those of you, I don't know who, if you know about, type yes in chat if you've ever heard about Dr. Joe Dispenza. So
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Kemp is going to be talking about the science behind the law of attraction. And so there's science behind that. So Joe Dispenza, he is, for those of you who know him, I would say Google him. Amazing. And she was trained by him, personally trained by him, and to teach his work. So I'm so excited, and I'm so excited to have her to be one of our guest facilitators at my upcoming retreat in May of next year. So I'm excited about that. I see Mother Miranda got her hand up. Go, Mother Miranda.
Okay, good. I'm showing you my book.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if
We
you
can
can see
we
me.
can't see it. It's
You can't
dark.
see me. I don't know what happened because I don't know what happened. My book
The
is
camera.
my camera. I was there this morning,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe it's not time for me to come on. I just wanted to say that I did a quick research in terms of when you were asking the question about the 68 minutes.
68
Seconds.
seconds. Yeah.
68 seconds. A teaching from one Abraham Hicks, yes?
Oh, Abraham Hicks. Mm-hmm.
Hicks, yes. According to Hicks, 17 seconds of uninterrupted focus begins to gather similar thoughts. 34 seconds increases the momentum. 51 seconds strengthens the vibration, and 68 seconds, 4 consecutive 17-second period, reaches what they call the combustion point, where manifestation supposedly begins. Thought I'd just share that.
But thank
Combustion
you.
point. That is good to know that
Yeah,
that's what they call it. But yeah, I'd heard that was that was
combustion point. Yes.
combustion.
Yeah. So that's huge. Going back to the visualization, right? Envisioning what we are, because we speak it, we have to see it, we have to feel the emotion. So just speaking it alone is not enough. We have to feel the emotions, feel and elevate that vibration, to manifest. So I thank you, and I do. We all have manifested things in life. So if you manifest the one, we can unmanifest the next. But it goes back again to the mind. Do we believe? Going back
Mhm.
to the belief. So I'm truly grateful. Thank you so much, Marianne, for your share. We'd love to have you back. And next week, as like I said, we're going to have Johnny Kemp talking about the science behind all of this, because it all works together. So it's not just the law of attraction, there's science behind it. So
Mhm.
she's going to really elaborate on that. So again, I want to wish everyone a happy 4th and a wonderful week. And I love you all so much. You make my dream come true. Just sharing. And I'm glad I'm able to serve in this fashion. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane.
Thank you, Diane.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
Bye for
Thank
Thank
now.
you,
you.
Diane.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good to
Thank
see
you,
everybody.
Marisha.
Okay, bye.
Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yeah,
Celebrate America. I just want to add that so many tourists came in from all over the world to do the World Cup, and they were just amazed at America. They couldn't believe, because there's a lot of bad news spread about us in the world, that, all terrible things. And they said they couldn't believe how good we have it, and the air conditioning, and how good we have it here in the Walmarts. I don't know, they were impressed with the Walmarts for some reason. And here it is, like it is, when you have it good, you take it for granted until you lose it. And
Oh,
so the founding fathers said, freedom is not free. It can be taken away. And it's you gotta keep it and love it and protect it and fight for it, because it can be taken away. It's not a
Great
given.
share. Great reminder. Yes, freedom is
oh,
not free.
I'm actually excited about watching tonight's game, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Canada is still in the running. I'm not, they're playing in Texas. I'm not sure who they're playing. Anyway,
But you
yeah,
you're
I'm
rooting for the
excited about
Canadians.
that.
All right. Well, thank you. Good day, everyone.
Okay, good day, everybody.
Thank you.
Good to see
Goodbye.
you. Thanks. Bye for now.
Lots of fireworks, love and happiness,
Yeah.
joy and freedom.